Hey, everyone. Let's jump into a super crazy story today. Imagine this, it's just a regular Saturday for me. The sun's shining, birds are chirping, and I'm chilling in my little house. My name's Jake, by the way. I'm a pretty normal guy. I've got a small house with a nice backyard. It's not super big or fancy, but I love it. It's my spot, you know? A place where I can relax and feel good. At least, that's what I thought. But then, there's this lady named Karen. Oh boy, Karen's my neighbor, and she's not like anyone else around here. She's loud, bossy, and always poking into stuff that's not hers. Most people in our neighborhood just shake their heads when she walks by. They don't even bother talking to her anymore. Me. I didn't know it yet, but Karen was about to flip my whole world upside down. So, picture me on this Saturday. I'm sitting on my couch, maybe sipping some lemonade, thinking everything's fine. My house is quiet, just how I like it. My backyard's out there, all green and peaceful. I've got a little fence around it, not too tall, but enough to say, hey, this is mine. I worked hard to buy this place. Saved up my money for years. It's not a mansion or anything, but it's home. I mow the grass, plant some flowers sometimes, and just enjoy having my own space. That's all I wanted, a simple, happy life. But Karen? She had other plans. Big, wild plans I didn't see coming. Now, let me tell you about Karen. She lives next door in a house that's bigger than mine. She's got this loud voice that you can hear from a mile away. Seriously, when she talks, it's like she's yelling at the whole world. And she's always telling people what to do. Cut your grass shorter, she'd shout at old Mr. Jenkins across the street. Your dog's too noisy, she'd complain to Mrs. Lopez down the block. Everyone just nods and tries to stay out of her way. She walks around like she's the queen of the neighborhood. Like everything belongs to her, our yards, our houses, even our air. It's nuts. I never really talked to her much before. I'd see her outside, waving her arms and bossing someone around, and I'd just think, wow, she's a lot. But I didn't know she'd bring that craziness right to my doorstep. This Saturday started like any other. I woke up, stretched, and looked out my window. The sun was bright, and my backyard looked nice and calm. I smiled to myself, thinking, yep, it's gonna be a good day. Maybe I'd go out there later, sit in a chair, and read a book. Or maybe I'd just listen to the birds. Simple stuff, right? That's me, just a guy who likes simple things. I wasn't expecting any trouble. I wasn't expecting Karen. But trouble doesn't care what you expect. Trouble just shows up, and that's exactly what happened. Here's how it all kicked off. I'm in my kitchen, making some toast. The smell's all warm and yummy, and I'm humming a little song. Then I hear something. A noise. Not a bird or a car driving by. No, this was louder. Clang. Bang. Thump. It's coming from outside my backyard. I stop what I'm doing and listen harder. Clang. Bang. What's that? It sounds like someone's hitting stuff or digging ore. I don't even know. My heart starts beating a little faster. I'm thinking, huh? What's going on out there? So, I put down my toast and walk to the back window. I pull the curtain aside, just a little peek, and that's when I see it. Oh man, you won't believe this. There's Karen. Yep, my Karen, standing right in my backyard. She's got her hands on her hips, looking all proud, like she's in charge of something big. And she's not alone. There are two guys with her, big guys wearing orange vests and hard hats. They've got shovels and tools, and they're digging up my grass. My grass. The stuff I mow every weekend. There's dirt flying everywhere, and they're making a giant mess. I blink a bunch of times because I can't believe my eyes. Is this real? Is Karen really in my yard, tearing it up like it's hers? My brain's all scrambled. I'm thinking, wait. What's happening? Why's she here? What are they doing? I open my back door and step outside. The air feels warm, but my stomach's flipping like I'm nervous. Hey. I yell, trying to sound tough. What's going on? Karen turns around, and she's got this big smile on her face. Not a nice smile, though. It's a sneaky one, like she knows something I don't. "Oh, hi, Jake," she says, all cheery. "Don't worry about this. I'm just fixing things up." Fixing things up? In my yard? I look at the guys with the shovels, and they don't even stop. They just keep digging, like I'm not even there. "Fixing what?" I ask, my voice getting louder. "This is my yard." Karen waves her hand at me, like I'm a fly buzzing around her. "Oh, relax," she says. "You'll like it when it's done. Trust me." Trust her? I don't even know what it is. I look at the hole they're digging. It's big, way bigger than a little garden or something normal. Dirt's piled up all over, and my nice green grass is gone. I feel my face getting hot. "Karen," I say, "you can't just come in my yard and start digging. This is my place." But she doesn't care. She turns back to the guys and yells, "Keep going. We're on a schedule." A schedule? For what? I'm standing there, my mouth open, watching this happen. My quiet Saturday? Ruined. My peaceful backyard? A mess. And Karen? She's acting like she owns it all. I'm mad, but I'm also confused. Why's she doing this? What's her plan? I mean, who just walks into someone else's yard and starts digging holes? It's bonkers. I try to think. Maybe she's planting something? No, the hole's too big. Maybe she's, I don't know, burying treasure? That's silly. But nothing makes sense. All I know is she's up to something, and I'm not okay with it. Before we go any further, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a neighbor do something this wild? Like, totally take over your stuff without asking? Drop your stories in the comments, I want to know. And if you're wondering what Karen's up to, stick around. Because this is just the start. Things are about to get way crazier. What do you think she's doing in my yard? Any guesses? Let's find out together. So, there I am, staring at Karen and her crew. My heart's thumping, and my mind's racing. I'm just a regular guy who wants a quiet life, but now I've got this loud, pushy lady turning my world into a circus. She's standing there, acting like she's the boss of me, and I'm not having it. But I don't know what to do yet. Call the cops? Yell some more? Run over and stop those guys myself? I'm not sure. All I know is this isn't normal. This isn't fair. And it's only the beginning. Karen's got that look in her eye like she's got a secret. A big one. And me? I'm just trying to figure out how my nice, normal Saturday turned into this mess. My backyard's not mine anymore, at least not right now. It's Karen's playground, and she's playing some kind of game I don't understand. But I'm not giving up. No way. This is my home, and I'm going to fight for it. What happens next? Oh, you'll see. Karen's about to take this to a whole new level, and I'm not ready for it, but I'll get there. Keep watching, because this story's just getting started. Okay, so here's where things start getting really wild. It's a sunny morning, and I'm just waking up in my little house. I stretch, yawn, and think, maybe I'll go sit in my backyard today. Everything feels normal until it doesn't. I hear something weird. Loud noises coming from outside. Clang. Bang. Thump. It's not birds chirping or the wind blowing. No, it's something big. Something noisy. And, wait, is that a drill? A loud, buzzing sound, like someone's cutting through metal or wood. My eyes pop open wide. What's happening out there? I jump up and run to my window. I pull the curtain back just a little and peek outside. And there she is, Karen. My crazy neighbor Karen, standing right in my backyard. She's not alone, either. There are two big guys with her. They've got hard hats on their heads and tools in their hands. Shovels, hammers, and that loud drill I heard. They're digging up my grass. My nice, green grass that I work so hard to keep pretty. Dirt's flying everywhere, and they're making a giant mess. I rub my eyes hard because I think maybe I'm still dreaming. I mean, this can't be real, right? But when I look again, it's still happening. Karen's in my yard, bossing these guys around like she's the queen of everything. She's yelling stuff like, dig faster, and make it bigger. I can hear her loud voice through the window. My heart starts beating super fast. What is she doing? Why is she in my yard? I'm mad, confused, and a little scared all at once. I can't just sit there and watch this. No way. So, I throw on my shoes and storm outside. My feet hit the ground hard as I march to the back door. I swing it open and step out into the sunshine. Hey! I shout, trying to sound big and strong. What's going on here? Karen turns around real slow. She's got this sneaky little smirk on her face, like she's happy I'm mad. Oh, hi, Jake, she says, all cheery and fake. Don't worry about this. I'm just improving the neighborhood. Improving the neighborhood? What does that even mean? She's tearing up my property. My backyard. The place that's mine. I look at the guys with the shovels. They don't stop digging. They just keep going, like I'm not even standing there yelling. There's a big hole now, and my grass is all gone. Dirt's piled up in messy heaps. It looks awful. Improving. I say, my voice getting louder. You're wrecking my yard. Stop it right now. But Karen doesn't listen. She just waves her hand at me, like I'm some annoying kid bugging her. Oh, calm down, she says. You'll thank me later. Thank her? For what? For turning my backyard into a big, dirty mess? I feel my face getting hot. My hands turn into fists. I'm so mad I can hardly think straight. No, Karen. I yell. This is my place. You can't do this. But she doesn't care. She turns back to the guys and shouts, keep going. We've got work to do. Work? What work? What's she even building? The tension is growing bigger and bigger. It's like a balloon filling up with air, ready to pop. I can feel my blood boiling inside me, hot and angry. I want to run over and push those shovels out of their hands. I want to make them stop. But Karen? She acts like she doesn't even see me. She acts like my yard belongs to her. Like she can do whatever she wants, and I don't get a say. She's standing there, all tall and proud, telling those guys what to do. Over there, she points. Deeper, she yells. And they listen to her, not me. It's my house, my yard, my grass, but right now, it's like none of that matters. I take a deep breath and try to figure this out. Why's she doing this? What's her plan? I mean, people don't just walk into someone else's yard and start digging for no reason. Is she crazy? Is she trying to mess with me on purpose? I don't know yet, but I'm not happy. My quiet little life is falling apart, and Karen's the one holding the shovel. I glare at her, hoping she'll feel bad and stop. But nope. That smirk stays on her face. She's enjoying this. She likes seeing me mad. And that makes me even madder. I try talking again. Karen, you have to stop, I say, slower this time. This isn't your yard. It's mine. You didn't ask me. You can't just do this. She rolls her eyes, actually rolls them, like I'm being silly. Jake, she says, you're making a big deal out of nothing. This is going to be great. You'll see. Great. How is this great? My backyard looks like a tornado hit it. I point at the hole. That's not great. That's a mess. Stop it now, or I'll call someone. I don't know who yet, but I'll figure it out. The police, maybe. Somebody has to make her stop. But Karen just laughs. A loud, mean laugh. Call whoever you want, she says. This is happening. Then she turns away again, like I'm not worth her time. The guys keep digging. Clang. Bang. The drill buzzes louder. My head hurts from all the noise and the anger. I feel stuck. What do I do? I can't let her win, but she's acting like she already has. The tension is so thick I can almost touch it. It's me against her, and she's not backing down. But here's the thing, she doesn't know me that well. I'm not going to let this slide. No way. So, I stand there, watching her ruin my yard. My happy, peaceful place is gone, and Karen's the one to blame. She thinks she's in charge, but I'm not done yet. I'm mad, yeah, but I'm also smart. I'll figure out how to stop her. She doesn't know it, but she just started a fight she's not ready for. What's she building? Why's she so sure I'll thank her? I don't have the answers yet, but I'm going to find out. And when I do, Karen's going to wish she never stepped into my yard. Stick around, because this is about to get even crazier. Okay, so things are getting even weirder now. Days go by after Karen starts digging up my yard. Every morning, I wake up hoping it's all a bad dream. But nope, it's real. I look out my window, and that hole in my backyard? It keeps getting bigger. Way bigger. At first, it's just a pile of dirt and a mess of grass. But then, one day, I hear more noises. Loud trucks pull up outside. I peek out and see guys pouring concrete into the hole. Concrete. That gray, hard stuff they use to build things. My heart sinks. What's she doing now? A few days later, I see pipes. Long, shiny metal tubes going into the ground. I'm scratching my head, trying to figure it out. Then it hits me like a lightning bolt, she's building a pool. A swimming pool. In my backyard. I can't believe it. My quiet little yard, where I used to sit and relax, is turning into something I didn't ask for. There's a big, ugly hole with concrete and pipes, and it's starting to look like a real pool. I'm so mad I want to scream. This isn't her yard, it's mine. How can she do this? I decide I've had enough. I grab my phone and call the cops. Hello, police. I say when they answer. My neighbor's building a pool in my yard, and I didn't say she could. I'm pacing around my kitchen, waiting for them to come save the day. Soon, I hear sirens, and 2 officers show up at my house. I run outside, pointing at the mess. Look. I say. She's ruining my yard. The cops walk over to Karen, who's standing by the pool with that same sneaky smirk. She doesn't even look worried. It's all permitted, she says, all calm and smooth. She pulls out a piece of paper and waves it at the cops. I'm too far away to read it, but it looks official, like something important. The officers look at the paper, then at me. Looks fine to us, one of them says with a shrug. Sorry, buddy. Then they just leave. They get in their car and drive away, leaving me standing there with my mouth open. Permitted? How? This is my property. I'm so mad I kick the dirt pile in my yard. It doesn't help, but it feels good for a second. Now I'm furious. My blood's boiling again, and I feel like I'm going to explode. But yelling at Karen doesn't work, she doesn't care. So, I decide to watch her. Really watch her. I start peeking out my windows every day, keeping an eye on what she's up to. And oh boy, does she act like a queen. She struts around my backyard like it's her castle. Her head's held high, and she's bossing those workers around. Put the tiles there, she yells. Make it shiny, she demands. The pool's getting fancier every day, blue tiles, a little ladder, even a spot for a diving board. It's crazy. Then it gets worse. Karen starts snapping selfies. Yep, she's standing by her pool, holding her phone up and smiling big. Click, click, click. She's taking pictures like it's some big vacation spot. I see her posing, hand on her hip, big sunglasses on, acting all proud. My yard isn't mine anymore, it's Karen's playground. She even starts inviting her friends over. I'm watching from my window, and I see them show up. 3 or 4 ladies, all laughing and clapping like it's the best thing ever. Oh, Karen, this is amazing, one of them says. You're so smart, another one cheers. They're walking around my yard, ohing and eyeing at the pool. I want to run out and yell, get off my property. But I don't. Not yet. Here's where it gets really strange, though. I start noticing something odd. Karen's talking to her friends, and I hear bits and pieces through my cracked open window. She keeps saying stuff about selling it. Selling what? I lean closer, trying to listen. Oh, it's going to sell fast, she says one day. People will love this. Sell fast? Love what? My yard? My house? My brain's spinning like a top. What's she planning? I don't get it yet, but it's making me nervous. Really nervous. Is she trying to take my whole house? Can she do that? I don't know, but I'm starting to feel like a detective in a mystery movie. Every day, I watch her more. She's so sure of herself, strutting around, taking more selfies, showing off to more friends. The pool's almost done now. It's big and blue and shiny, with water sparkling in the sun. I hate admitting it, but it looks nice if it wasn't in my yard without me saying okay. I'm still mad, but I'm also curious. What's this selling thing about? I start sneaking closer when she's not looking. One day, I hide behind my back door and listen hard. She's on the phone this time. Yeah, she says, it's worth way more now. I'll make a ton of money. Money? From what? My house? My pool? My head hurts from all the questions. I'm starting to figure out little bits. Small clues, like puzzle pieces. Karen's not just building a pool for fun. She's got a plan, a big, sneaky plan. She thinks she can do whatever she wants, and I won't stop her. But she's wrong. I'm not just going to sit here and let her take over. I don't know everything yet, but I'm getting closer. That paper she showed the cops? I bet it's fake. And this selling talk? It's got to be about my place. She's up to something bad, and I'm going to catch her. So, I keep watching. I keep listening. The pool's done now, and Karen's acting like she won a prize. But me? I'm not done fighting. She doesn't know it, but I'm onto her. My yard's not hers, and my house isn't either. What's she going to do next? I don't know yet, but I'm ready to find out. This is my home, and I'm not letting her win. Stick around, because the big surprise is coming soon. Alright, here we go. This is the part where everything explodes. One afternoon, I'm out running errands. Nothing big, just grabbing some snacks and stuff for my house. I'm driving back home, feeling okay, until I turn onto my street. That's when I see it. A sign. A big, bright for sale sign stuck right in my front lawn. I slam on the brakes and stare. My eyes get huge. It's not just any sign, my address is on it. My house number, my street name, all right there in bold letters. And there's more. A picture of that shiny pool in my backyard is slapped on the sign, too. Underneath, there's a price, a crazy big number that makes my jaw drop to the floor. What? Eyes. Happening. I jump out of my car and run closer. My heart's pounding like a drum. The sign says my house is for sale. My house. The one I worked so hard to buy. I'm shaking mad now. Karen's behind this, I just know it. She's been building that pool, strutting around, talking about selling something. And now this? She's trying to sell my house? My home. I can't even think straight. My head's spinning, and my hands are sweaty. I've had enough of her games. It's time to face her. I march across the street to her house, my feet stomping hard on the ground. I'm so mad I feel like a volcano about to burst. Bang, bang, bang. I pound on her door with my fist. Karen. I yell. Open up right now. The door swings open, and there she is. She's got that smug little smirk on her face, like she's won something. Oh, good, you're here, she says, all calm and happy. I've already got a buyer lined up. You'll get a cut, of course, don't be so dramatic. A cut? A cut? Of my own house? Is she serious? She's acting like she's doing me a favor by selling my home out from under me. I feel my face turn red. My whole body's shaking. A cut. I say, my voice loud and wobbly. This is my house, Karen. You can't sell it. She just shrugs, like it's no big deal. Oh, Jake, she says, stop overreacting. The pool makes it worth so much more now. You'll thank me when you see the money. Thank her? Thank her. She's stealing my house, and she thinks I'll be happy about it? That's it? I'm done playing nice. She's gone too far, and I've got something she doesn't expect. I take a deep breath and pull out my phone. Karen, I say, holding it up so she can see. I've got the deed to this property. It's mine. My name's on it, not yours. Her eyes squint a little, but she still looks smug. So I keep going. And I've got security footage. Cameras all around my house. They recorded you trespassing in my yard. They recorded you building that pool without my permission. Every single day, I've got proof. Her smirk starts to fade. Her face changes just a little at first. I'm not done yet, though. The cops are on their way, I say, pointing at my phone. I called them before I walked over here. They'll be here any minute. Boom. That's the big bomb I drop. Karen's face goes white like all the color just runs away. Her mouth opens, but nothing comes out. For once, she's got nothing to say. No sneaky excuses, no loud yelling, no waving me off. She just stands there, staring at me. I can hear sirens in the distance already. They're getting closer. The tables have turned, and she didn't see it coming. Not one bit. All this time, she thought she was so smart. She thought she could boss me around, take my yard, and even sell my house. But I've got the proof, and now she's in big trouble. I stand tall, feeling strong for the first time in weeks. You thought you could just do whatever you wanted, I say, my voice steady. But this is my home, Karen. Not yours. You don't get to decide what happens here. She blinks fast, like she's trying to think of something to say. But it's too late. The police car pulls up, lights flashing red and blue. 2 officers step out and walk toward us. Karen's eyes get wide. She looks scared now, really scared. I almost feel bad for her. Almost. But then I remember the pool, the mess, and that for sale sign. Nope, she did this to herself. The cops come up to us. What's going on here? One of them asks. I point at the sign in my yard. She's trying to sell my house, I say. It's mine, and she built that pool in my backyard without asking. I've got the deed and videos to prove it. I show them my phone, flipping through the footage. There's Karen, day after day, walking into my yard like it's hers. There's the workers digging, pouring concrete, setting up pipes, all without me saying yes. The officers nod and turn to Karen. Ma'am, one says, can you explain this? Karen stammers. Well. It's permitted, she says, but her voice is shaky now. She doesn't have that paper this time. The cops look at her, then at me. We'll need to see that permit, the other officer says. Karen's hands fumble in her pockets, but she doesn't pull anything out. She's caught, and she knows it. The smug queen act is gone. She looks small now, like a kid who got in trouble at school. I cross my arms and watch. The sirens, the lights, the cops, it's all real. Karen's big plan is falling apart right in front of me. She thought she could trick me, bully me, take everything I love. But I fought back. I had the deed. I had the proof. And now, she's the one who's losing. The big reveal? It's not just that she's wrong, it's that I'm ready. I've been watching, waiting, and now I've won. Stick around, because this isn't over yet. Karen's about to face the consequences, and it's going to be good. Here we are, the part where everything gets fixed. The police are at Karen's door, lights flashing on their car. I'm standing there with my phone, showing them all the proof. Karen's face is still white, and she's trying to talk fast. Oh, officers, she says, this is just a big mistake. I've got permits. Everything's fine. Big surprise, she's trying to wiggle out of it. She always talks her way out of stuff, right? But not this time. I'm ready. I've got the deed to my house in my hand. It's a paper that says this place is mine, all legal and real. And I've got those videos from my security cameras. Every move she made in my yard. Caught on tape. The cops look at her, then at me. Let's see those permits, one officer says. Karen starts patting her pockets, pretending to look for that paper she showed before. I must have left it inside, she mumbles. But the cops aren't buying it. They turn to me. Show us what you've got, the other one says. I hold up my phone and play the videos. There's Karen, sneaking into my yard. There's the workers digging up my grass, pouring concrete, building that pool, all without me saying it's okay. The officers watch, nodding. Then I show them the deed. This is my house, I say. She can't sell it. She can't build stuff here. It's mine. Karen's voice gets loud. No, 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 she yells. He's lying. I made it better. But the cops shake their heads. They're not listening to her anymore. I pull out my phone again and call my lawyer. He's a guy who helps with legal stuff, and he's super smart. Hey, I say when he answers, Karen's trying to sell my house. I've got the deed and videos. The police are here. My lawyer says, don't worry, Jake. I'm on it. He tells me he'll send some papers to prove Karen's wrong. I feel stronger now. I've got the cops, the deed, the videos, and my lawyer. Karen's little scheme. It's falling apart like a house of cards. The officers talk to each other for a minute, then turn to Karen. Ma'am, one says, this doesn't look good. That pool? It's illegal if he didn't say yes. And selling his house? You can't do that. Karen's eyes get big. Illegal, she squeaks. But I spent so much money. The cop shrugs. That's not his problem. It's yours. I almost smile, but I hold it in. Turns out, Karen faked those permits she showed before. They weren't real, just some paper she made up to trick people. She thought she could bully me, scare me, make me give up. But nope. She picked the wrong guy. The cops tell her the truth. That pool's got to go, they say. You built it on his land without permission. It's trespassing. And the sale? It's cancelled. You can't sell what's not yours. Karen's mouth drops open. Go, she yells. I can't take it out. It's done. But the officers don't budge. You'll have to, they say. And you'll pay for it? Pay for it? Oh yeah. They mean she has to rip out the pool, all that concrete, those pipes, those shiny tiles. She has to undo it all, and it's going to cost her a lot of money. Plus, my lawyer says she has to pay my legal fees, too, the money I spent to fight her in court. Karen's plan is crashing down, and I'm starting to feel good. A few days later, workers show up at my house. Not Karen's workers, new ones. They've got big machines and tools, and they start breaking up the pool. Crack. Smash. The concrete splits apart. The pipes get pulled out. The blue tiles turn into a pile of junk. Karen's standing across the street, watching it all. She looks mad, but she can't stop it. The cops made it clear she's in trouble if she doesn't fix this. I sit on my porch, sipping lemonade, watching my yard come back to life. No more pool. No more mess. Just grass and dirt, ready for me to make it mine again. Weeks go by, and I hear something juicy. Karen's selling her house now? Yep, her big, fancy place next door has a for sale sign in front of it. Word around the neighborhood is she's got no money left. Taking out that pool? Super expensive. Paying my lawyer fees? Even more. She can't afford to stay here anymore. I see her packing boxes one day, and she doesn't even look at me. No more strutting, no more yelling. She's quiet now, and soon, she's gone. A new family moves into her house, nice people who wave and say hi. My yard's back to normal, all green and peaceful again. The neighborhood's quieter without Karen stomping around, bossing everyone. I sit in my backyard one evening, looking at the stars. It feels good. Karen thought she could walk all over me. She thought I'd just let her take my home, my happiness. But she was wrong. I fought back. I had the proof, the guts, and the help I needed. She picked the wrong guy to mess with, and now she's the one who lost. My house is mine again. My yard is mine again. And that feels like a big win. Karen's gone, and I'm still here. The pool's just a memory now, a crazy story I'll tell for years. She tried to bully me, but I stood up tall. Justice got served, and it tastes sweet like this lemonade I'm drinking. My little world is back to normal, and I'm happy. Karen. She's somewhere else, probably mad she didn't win. But that's her problem, not mine. I'm just glad it's over, and I came out on top. What a ride, right? Stick around, because I've got more to say about this wild adventure. Wow, wasn't that a wild ride? Crazy, huh? I mean, who would have thought someone like Karen could cause so much trouble? She was loud, pushy, and acted like she could do anything she wanted. She thought she could just take over my yard, build a pool, and even sell my house like it was all hers. People like that, the ones who yell the loudest and act the biggest, sometimes think they can get away with everything. They think no one will stop them. But here's the thing, they're wrong. This story proves it. Sometimes, life throws tough stuff at you. People might try to boss you around or take what's yours. It can feel scary or hard to fight back. I get it, I felt that way, too. When Karen started digging up my yard, I was mad, but I was also confused. What could I do? She seemed so sure of herself, like she'd already won. But here's the truth I learned: standing up for yourself, even when it's tough, can change everything. It can flip the whole story upside down. I didn't let her win. I found my proof, called the cops, and got help from my lawyer. It wasn't easy, but it worked. And now, my house is mine again, and Karen's the one who lost. Think about that for a second. The loudest person doesn't always win. The one who fights for what's right, even quietly, can come out on top. I didn't yell as much as Karen did. I didn't strut around like her. But I didn't give up, either. I kept going, step by step, until I fixed the mess she made. That's pretty cool, right? It makes me feel strong, knowing I could do that. And it makes me wonder, what about you? Have you ever had to deal with someone like Karen in your life? Maybe a bully at school, a bossy friend, or even a neighbor who thinks they're in charge of everything. I bet some of you have stories just as wild as mine. So, here's what I want you to do. Drop your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Tell me about that time someone tried to push you around, and what you did about it. Did you stand up? Did you win? Or maybe you're still figuring out how to deal with it. That's okay, too. We can learn from each other. I think it's awesome to share stuff like this. It makes us feel less alone, you know? Like we're all in this together, figuring out how to handle the Karens of the world. And if you like this story, give it a big thumbs up. It means a lot to me. I had fun telling you about my crazy neighbor and how I turned things around. If you want more stories like this, wild, funny, or even a little nuts, stick around. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. I've got more to share, and I bet you'll love what's coming next. Because here's the secret: you never know who's out there, quietly waiting to turn the tables. People like me, or even you, might look regular on the outside. But inside, we've got strength, smarts, and the power to fight back when it counts. Let's think about that for a minute. Karen thought I was just some guy who'd let her do whatever she wanted. She judged me by how quiet I was, how I didn't make a big fuss at first. Big mistake. I was watching, planning, and getting ready. And when the time was right, bam, I flipped it all around. That's a lesson for everyone. Don't let people think they can walk over you just because you're not loud or mean. You've got your own power, even if it's quiet. It's like a superhero hiding in plain sight. Cool, right? So, what's the big takeaway here? Be brave. Stand up for what's yours. Even if it's hard, even if you're scared, you can do it. I did it, and I'm just a regular guy with a little house and a lemonade glass. You don't need to be big or loud to win, you just need to keep going. That's what I learned from this whole mess with Karen. She's gone now, and I'm still here, enjoying my yard. It feels good to know I didn't let her beat me. And I hope you feel that way, too, when you face your own challenges. Before I go, let's have some fun. Tell me in the comments, where are you watching from today? Are you in your room, at school, or maybe outside like me? And what do you think about Karen? Was she totally nuts, or what? I can't wait to read what you say. This story's over, but we're not done yet. There's always more to talk about, more adventures to share. So stick with me, okay? Because the quiet ones like us, we've got the best surprises up our sleeves. See you next time. Alright, let's keep this going. We're not done yet, and I've got more to say to wrap this up in a big, inspiring way. So, where were we? Oh yeah, talking about how crazy this whole thing with Karen was. It's nuts to think someone could be so loud and bold and still lose in the end. She really believed she could take over my life, my yard, my house, all because she thought I wouldn't fight back. But I did. And that's what I want you to hold on to. No matter how big or loud someone seems, you've got power inside you to stand up and make things right. Let's dig a little deeper. When all this started, I was just a regular guy, right? I wasn't looking for trouble. I didn't want a big fight. I just wanted my quiet little life, my house, my yard, my peace. Karen came in like a storm, loud and messy, tearing that all apart. At first, I felt small. She was so sure of herself, yelling orders, waving fake papers, acting like she owned the world. I thought, how do I stop this? She's too much. But then I realized something important. It's not about being the loudest or the toughest. It's about knowing what's yours and not letting anyone take it away. That's what kept me going. You know what's funny? While Karen was strutting around, snapping selfies by that pool, I was quietly figuring things out. I didn't make a big show of it. I didn't run around yelling or trying to look big. I just watched. I listened. I got my proof ready, the deed, the videos, the call to my lawyer. It was all quiet stuff, but it was strong stuff. And when the time came, it hit her like a brick. That's the cool part. You don't have to be loud to win. You just have to be smart and brave. I bet some of you are like that, too quiet on the outside, but super strong when it matters. So, let's talk about you again. I asked you to share your stories in the comments, and I mean it, I really want to hear them. Maybe you've got a Karen in your life right now. Someone who's bossing you around, making you feel small. Or maybe it's something from a long time ago that you still remember. Like that kid in school who took your lunch and laughed about it. Or a neighbor who keeps parking in your spot. Whatever it is, big or small, tell me. Did you stand up to them? Did you find a way to fix it? Or are you still working on it? I'm here for all of it. Your stories make this more fun, and they might help someone else feel braver, too. Here's a little challenge for you while you're at it. Think about one time you felt scared to speak up, but you did it anyway. Maybe you told a teacher someone was being mean. Or you asked your parents for something you really wanted, even though you were nervous. Write that down in the comments, too. I'll read every single one, I promise. It's awesome to think about how we all have these moments where we find our courage. Mine was facing Karen. What's yours? Let's cheer each other on. Oh, and don't forget, if you liked the story, hit that thumbs up. It's a little way to say, hey, Jake, good job. And if you want more crazy tales like this, stick around. Subscribe so you're ready for the next one. I've got plenty of ideas brewing, and I bet you'll love what's coming. Stories about weird neighbors, funny fights, or maybe even some spooky stuff, who knows? The point is, we're in this together now. You, me, and everyone watching. We're a team of table turners, ready to take on whatever comes our way. Let's zoom out a bit. This whole thing with Karen taught me something big. Life's not always fair. People like her pop up sometimes, loud, rude, thinking they can do whatever they want. But they don't always win. Not if you stand up. Not if you fight smart. I could have let her take my house. I could have given up when the cops shrugged that first time. But I didn't. I kept going, and that's why I'm sitting here now, happy in my yard, sipping lemonade, while she's off somewhere licking her wounds. That's the power we all have. It's not about being the biggest or the meanest. It's about believing in yourself and doing what's right. Imagine if I'd stayed quiet. Picture it, Karen sells my house, I'm out on the street, and she's laughing all the way to the bank. Scary, huh? But that didn't happen. Because I said, no way. I found my voice, even if it wasn't loud like hers. And that's what I hope for you, too. Next time someone tries to push you around, remember this story. Remember me, just a regular guy, taking on a big, bossy neighbor and winning. You can do that, too. Maybe not with a pool or a house, but with whatever's yours. Your stuff, your feelings, your space. You've got the strength to protect it. Let's keep this fun going. Where are you right now? Are you cozy in bed, watching on your phone? Or maybe you're at the kitchen table, sneaking a snack? Tell me in the comments. I'm out in my yard today, feeling the grass under my feet. It's nice to have it back. And what do you think about Karen? Was she totally bonkers, or what? I still can't believe she thought she'd get away with it. Drop your thoughts below, I'm excited to see what you say. We're not done yet, this closing's getting big because I want you to leave feeling pumped up. Think about your own life. Who's the loudest person you know? Are they like Karen, trying to run everything? Or maybe they're just noisy but harmless. Either way, you've got the power to handle them. You don't need to shout or fight dirty. Just be you, smart, brave, and ready to stand tall. That's what I did, and look how it turned out. My yard's green again, my house is safe, and Karen's gone. It's like a happy ending in a movie, but it's real life. Here's one more thing to chew on. Sometimes, the people who seem weak or quiet are the strongest. Karen didn't see me coming. She thought I was a pushover. But I surprised her. And you can surprise people, too. Maybe you already have. Tell me about it, I'm all ears. Or if you haven't yet, start thinking about how you could. The next time someone tries to take what's yours, channel a little bit of the story. Be the one who turns the tables. Be the hero of your own adventure. Okay, we're getting close to the end of this big closing, but let's keep the energy up. I'm so glad you stuck with me through this wild tale. It's not just about Karen and me anymore, it's about us. All of us watching, reading, sharing. We're a crew now, right? So keep those comments coming. Tell me your stories, your wins, your ideas. Ask me questions if you want, I'll answer. And if you're new here, welcome. You're part of this now. Hit that subscribe button, give a thumbs up, and let's keep the good vibes going. One last thought before I sign off. Life's full of surprises. Some are bad, like Karen and her pool. But some are awesome, like finding out you're tougher than you thought. I found that out, and I bet you will, too. So stay brave, stay smart, and stay you. Because you never know when you'll need to flip the story and come out on top. Thanks for hanging out with me today. See you in the next one. I've got more crazy stuff to share. Let's keep turning those tables together. Let's roll on. We're not stopping yet because there's so much more to unpack. This story with Karen, it's not just about a pool or a house. It's about standing up when it counts. I keep thinking about how it all went down. At first, I was shocked. Then I was mad. Then I got smart. That's a pattern, isn't it? Something happens, you feel it, and then you do something about it. I bet you felt that, too. Like when someone takes your spot in line, and you're annoyed, but then you say, hey, I was here first. That's the spark, the moment you decide you're not letting it slide. I want to hear more about your sparks. What gets you going? What makes you say, nope, not today? Maybe it's something small, like a friend borrowing your pencil and not giving it back. Or maybe it's big, like someone trying to take credit for your work. Whatever it is, it's your story. And stories matter. They show who we are, what we care about. Mine's about a crazy neighbor and a pool, but yours could be anything. Drop it in the comments, I'm dying to know. Let's swap tales and see how many table turners we've got out there. Here's a fun idea. Imagine you're me for a sec. Picture Karen digging up your yard. What would you do? Would you yell right away? Call someone? Hide and watch like I did? There's no wrong answer, it's just cool to think about. I went with proof and patience, but maybe you'd go big and loud. Tell me your plan. It's like a game, what's your move? I'd love to see how you'd handle a Karen. Maybe you've got tricks I didn't even think of. Let's talk about winning for a minute. Beating Karen felt amazing. Not because I wanted her to lose, but because I wanted my home back. That's what winning really is, getting what matters to you. For me, it was my yard, my peace. For you, it might be something else. Your favorite toy, your spot at the table, your time with friends. What's worth fighting for in your world? Think about it. Write it down if you want. It's yours, and no one should take it away. That's the big lesson here, know what's yours and protect it. I keep coming back to how quiet I was at first. Karen was all noise, yelling, laughing, bossing people around. I was the opposite. Watching from my window, planning in my head. It's funny how that worked out. The loud one lost, and the quiet one won. Makes me think maybe quiet's stronger than we realize. Like a ninja, sneaking up when no one expects it. Are you a ninja, too? Do you keep things chill until it's time to strike? Tell me, I bet we've got some sneaky winners out here. Let's stretch this out more. Picture my yard now. Green grass, No pool, just calm and nice. It's back to how I like it. That's what happens when you don't give up, you get your happy ending. Karen's off somewhere, probably grumbling, but I don't care. I've got my lemonade, my chair, my stars at night. It's simple, but it's mine. What's your yard? That thing you love, that makes you feel good. Maybe it's a game, a book, a pet. Whatever it is, keep it close. Don't let anyone mess with it. You deserve that happiness, just like I do. Okay, more questions for you. What's the wildest thing someone's ever tried to take from you? Did they get away with it, or did you stop them? I love hearing this stuff. It's like we're sitting around a campfire, swapping crazy tales. And where are you watching from right now? Still in bed? Outside? On a bus? Paint me a picture. I'm still in my yard, feeling the breeze. It's awesome to think we're all connected, even miles apart. We're building something here, a big, fun group of people who don't back down. That's what this story's about. Not just me and Karen, but all of us. Every thumbs up, every comment, every new subscriber, it's like a high five across the screen. So keep 'em coming. Tell me what you think of Karen. Was she the worst, or what? And what about me? Did I do okay? I hope so. I'm just a guy who wanted his yard back, but now I feel like a champ. Let's dream big for a sec. Imagine you're facing your own Karen someday. Maybe she's loud, maybe she's sneaky. But you're ready. You've got your proof, your plan, your courage. You stand up, and bam, she's out of moves. How good would that feel? I can tell you it's the best. Like winning a game, finishing a race, eating the last cookie. It's yours, and no one can take it. That's what I want for you. That feeling. You've got it in you, I know it.